All right. So guys, like I was saying, if you want to become successful in this business, I realized that it had nothing to do with prospecting. It had nothing to do with, presenting. It had nothing to do with making your list and going out there and just reaching out to the people, that you love and care about. I realized that nobody was going to go out there and do any of these easy steps, to build this business if they didn't believe that they can do it. So guys, for the last year and last couple months, I've been studying really the power of belief, right? But I realized, I'm like, man, y'all really sending this link out. I realized that, guys, I was wondering why, if I'm like, I had already made the decision that I wanted to become successful, right? I had already made the decision, right, that I wanted to be a 6, 7, 8-figure earner. But then I realized that I would, go hard for a couple of days. I would make this huge list of things, right, to get done. And I would go hard for a couple of days, sometimes even months, but then something would happen that would literally take me right back to zero. How many guys, drop a 1 in the chat if you guys, that has ever happened to you? You guys go all in, y'all go hard, for a week or so, and you guys are determined to get your goals done, but then something happens that just takes you on this negative, spiral down back to square zero, right? Guys, everybody has gone through that. And the reason that you guys go through that, right? The cause of what is stopping you, right, from going out there and literally, becoming a 7-figure earner, right? Going out there and doing the things that you guys that you guys know you guys need to be doing, right? Because guys, we know what we need to be doing. How many times have you guys given advice to somebody, right? And they're like, I know. Well, if you knew, you would do it. You would be doing the correct thing. So you clearly don't know. And that's where you start to see, right, that guys, some of you guys really need to chill with the personal development. Because that's another thing that I realized. We are consuming information every single day, day in and day out. And some of you guys are just, you're on every single call, right? You're reading you're reading. Let me go ahead and mute everybody real quick. You guys are on every single call. You guys have notebooks and notebooks full of notes, but you guys have not moved any from where you started. Years of notes, years of information, right? That you guys been reading the books. Y'all been on mornings with Nano. You guys have been doing all this personal development, but you guys are not you're not moving forward. And why it is because, guys, you're not focusing on one thing at a time. Right, guys, we have all of this information coming to us left and right. So for all of the new people on the call, guys that don't know who I am, guys, my name is V. I'm 28 years old. I live down here in Miami. I am one of the leaders in Global X Empire. And I'm super excited and grateful that whoever sent you this link to this call honestly, truly cares about you guys, because literally this is information that took me from 0 to hero. Right? And I'm not even nowhere near where I want to be, but my belief level is, and that is all that matter, because if you can believe, you can be. And the thing is that people have lost faith, right? They don't understand why they're living in the life that they're living. They don't understand why they're driving the car that they're driving. They don't understand why, they have the lifestyle that they currently have. And it's because of your belief system. Right? And guys, your belief system is not yours. It was programmed. It was given to you, right? When you were born. When you were born, right, guys, you were born into an environment, right? And that environment created your belief system, right? And so I want to just quickly recap what we did last week, what we learned last week, right? Of what creates a belief system, right? Guys, there's 4 things that create a belief system. And if you're brand new on this call, guys, I'm gonna quickly recap just so you guys write it down. Go ahead. Remember, guys, in this business, it is not what you know, it is what you can teach, because teaching leads to duplication, and duplication leads to momentum, and momentum leads to residual income. But more than that, it leads to a life that's changed, right? More than that, this information it's not really about duplicating to make residual income. It's about duplicating to go out there and change somebody's life. Right? Because if it could do it for me, if it could do it for David and Monitia, if it could do it for Alex Morton, it could definitely do it for you guys, right? So I want to make you guys aware, and that is why every single Monday, guys, at 9 p.m., I'm going to be doing a training, right, that is open to every single person that wants to hop on, right, on the power of belief, right? Because, guys, where there's faith, right, where there's faith and where there's vision and there's a strong work ethic to match that, there's nothing that could stop you from going out there and accomplishing your dreams and your goals, right? But it starts with, right, unlearning to relearn, right? You guys have to unlearn all the things that are no longer serving you, right? That belief system that you currently have is not working for you. I don't even care if you're making 6 figures on this call. It is not working for you, right? You want more. But in order to go up there and get more, you have to start raising your frequency to match that you desire, right? And that's one thing that I learned hitting the lowest point in my life. Why I am teaching you guys this, right? Why I've submerged myself in this information, right? Is because I got so sick and tired of myself. I got so disgusted with myself, right? That I literally had to look for, there was no other option but to go into search on how to fix what I was currently going through. I got so sick and tired of being broke. I got sick and tired of going through the same problems in my relationships, right? So I was looking, I got curious and I went out there and I started looking for answers. If you knock on enough doors, eventually one will open. A lot of you guys are not understanding that all the problems that you guys have, the answers to those problems, the solution to solve all those problems, right, are in the books you're not reading, right? Or on the tutorials that you're not watching, right? Because if you guys have a certain problem, I needed to understand why certain patterns of behavior were repeating in my life, because I needed to break those patterns, right? So guys, how many of you guys have ever felt, right, that you were ready to go to the next level, but something was stopping you, right? Because the reason why you can't change is stored in your subconscious mind, which is why I'm making this training, right? So guys, the 4 things that create a belief system, right? Guys, the first thing that creates your belief system, guys, is your environment. Is your environment. Right? Like I said, guys, you were born into an environment, right? If you were born into a religious home, right? If you were born into a religious home, you were born in, or let's say you were born into a Christian home, right? You were going to church on Sundays, right? You were hearing, you were probably walked into your abuela's house and there was, crosses everywhere, right? If you're from Hialeah, there's like, there's things outside, with Jesus and stuff on it, whatever. I don't really want to get deep into religion, right? But what I'm trying to say is, just like a lot of people have a strong belief system, a belief in their religion, you guys need to have that same, strong belief on your dreams and on your goals. Right? Just like someone programmed a religion belief system in you, now we need to program, right, the belief system of your dreams and of your goals. We need to program you, right, with the frequency of that you desire, right? So it starts with your environment. Your environment creates your belief system, right? The next thing that creates your belief system is the people that you associate yourself with. Your surroundings, right? They say that you're the average of the 5 people that you surround yourself with on the daily, right? You become a product of your environment, guys. If you are with a broke person, you're going to be the brokest, right? Guys, the people that you are surrounding yourself with will determine your future. If the people that you are surrounding yourself with are not believing what it is that you are trying to believe, be believing in, right? If you want to make 7 figures, drop a 1 in the chat if you want to make 7 figures. Drop a 1 in the chat if you are someone on this call that wants to go ahead and make 7 figures, right? If you are someone that wants to make 7 figures and you have friends that when you talk to them about making 7 figures, they are looking at you funny, they gotta go. If you talk about 7-figure stuff to someone and that you hang around with on the regular and they look at you funny, guys, they have to go. Sometimes, guys, you have to isolate to elevate. I completely dropped every single person in my life when I hit that lowest point in my life, because I always had dreams. I always had goals, but the people that I was surrounding myself with didn't. And they were, you know what they were, guys? Sometimes the people that you think that you can't live without are the people that are stopping you from going to the next level. Don't let that go over your head. Sometimes the people that you think that you cannot live without are the exact reason why you're not, moving and advancing to the next level. right? When I hit that lowest point in my life, guys, God stripped me of everything that I thought I could once never live without, right? And everything that he stripped me of took me to the next level. Every single thing that he took from me, he blessed me with way more and then some. So you guys need to really do a scan of the people that you talk to on the regular. Even if it's just on the phone, guys, you have to protect your energy so that you can go out there and make 7 figures. In order to hit 7 figures, you have to eliminate giving your attention, right? Attention, because if you give someone your attention, you're giving them your energy, right? If you give somebody your attention, you are giving them your energy, right? So guys, you really have to see who in your circle is not supposed to be there, right? Shout out to my sister for leaving this water bottle here. Number 3, right? The information you are consuming. Guys, you guys want to know, you guys really, really want to know, drop a 1 in the chat if you guys want to know why we're not why we're not where we want to be. Guys, you guys really, really want to know why it's so hard. You know, I said this on the last call, guys, we are breaking chains. Do you guys understand that? That we are breaking chains of modern day slavery, of years of conditioning, of mediocrity. Do you know how difficult that is? I don't think you guys understand, but really what's really stopping us from going to the next level is the information that you guys are consuming. Think about it, guys. From when we were born, we have been consuming garbage. Think about all the things that you listen to on the radio, the things that you guys are at the club screaming to the top of your lungs with so much passion. Girls get money. Yo perreo sola. Some of you guys are on this call, single, wondering why you can't, find the man of your dreams, but you guys are out at the club screaming yo perreo sola till the top of your lungs, and then wondering why you're single. Because guys, words create. Words, your current reality is from the words you've been speaking and what the words that people have been speaking to you. Right? Guys, you do not understand the power of the word. That is why you have to become very aware. And I'm going to teach you guys in this training how to become aware of what you've been speaking and how you need to start speaking differently in order to have differently. Right? You guys need to understand that the information that you've been consuming, imagine all the years of garbage that we've been consuming. Some of us want to be good people and live a good life, but we're listening to music about drugs and prostitutes. Guys, your desires have to be aligned with your actions. You can't tell me that you're a woman of God, but you're screaming music to the top of your lungs about killing and stripping and on all this stuff, because it's not aligned. So the information you've been consuming. So now, guys, we've been consuming garbage for years. We need to your mind is like a computer. We have been, your brain is an artifact of the past. It has all the memories and information that you've consumed for the last, however old you are, right? And now we need to break that from that. We need to unlearn what it is no longer serving us and submerge ourselves with the information that is going to help us get to the next level, right? This information like this, right? And the last one that creates a belief system, guys, is life experiences. And this is one of the most important parts, right? That's why, right, we're supposed to go out there and sit in that car that we desire. That's why we need to go out there and do the things that we think that we cannot afford, right? That is why we have to go out there and literally walk and sit and sit on the couch in the home, in an open house, so that we can feel it, right? Because our 5 senses, right, what we see, right, what we hear, what we feel, what we taste, right, guys? It's what creates our belief system. It's what creates our thoughts, and our thoughts, right, are so important, right, when we're thinking about belief system, guys, because belief is just a thought that you thought over and over and over again, that it became permanent. Don't let that go overhead, guys. Off your thoughts, right? If you think about it over and over and over again, guys, they become a belief system, right? They become a belief. You start believing it. Some of you guys have been thinking about all this negative stuff, and that's why you guys have these strong belief systems of why you can't go out there and accomplish chairman, why you guys can't go out there, right, and literally become a 6-7 figure earner, right? And now things, guys, you know, your environment, the people you associate yourself with, the information that you're listening to, right, and your life experiences create your belief system, right? You guys, you know, you were born into a Christian home, right? You started associating yourself with people who were Christians, right? They're literally speaking about Jesus, about the Bible or whatever. This is just an example. If you're religious on this call, I'm sorry, right? The information you were exposed to, right? It gave you, you know, they gave you certain information that now, you know, now you have certain beliefs about Jesus, about the story, about how it happened, right? And life experiences, right? You went to church every single Sunday, and that created an emotion and feeling. And that's why you have such a strong belief system on your religion. But now we need to take this exact same, you know, belief, you know, the strength of this belief on your religion and transfer that same, you know, concept to your dreams and to your goals, right? 3 things that reinforce a belief system, right? Guys, words. The current life you are living are from the words that you've been speaking and the words that you've been allowing people to speak on you. People know me, like in my home, like there's certain words that are not spoken here in my home. I don't allow any negativity to come into my ears because I'm unlearning all the negativity and all the garbage that I've been consuming, that when people come at me with negativity, with garbage, with talking bad about others, I don't allow it. So what are you speaking, right? I can't do this. I can't do that. Right? That is why we need to be speaking our goals every single morning, every single night, as many times as we possibly can. Because your words, guys, your brain does not know the difference of what's real from what's fake. It is, if you literally speak your goals and you speak them from a place of burning desire with a strong passion, guys, it is tricking your mind into believing that is possible, that you can go out there and get this done, right? The images that you are seeing on the daily basis, guys, that is why if you look around my apartment, right, you're only gonna see images of everything that I desire, right? Out of sight, out of mind, right? The images you've been seeing, right? And guys, emotions, right? These are the 3 things that reinforce your belief system, right? If an emotion is tied to a thought, it becomes a belief system. And if it's something emotionally impactful, it's even harder to break that, right? But on this call, I just quickly wanted to go over this for the people that were not on this call on Monday, guys. Like I said, I will be hosting an unlearn to relearn training every single Monday at 9 p.m. For those people that are interested in understanding why they're not going out and being able to accomplish their goals. Guys, it is not your fault. But it is your fault if you don't go out there and figure out why and how to fix the problem that is stopping you guys. I realized that I needed to understand why my team wasn't going out there to prospect when it's so easy to do so. I needed to understand why my team did not, want to go out there and present, right? Why they want to go out there and run an event, because it all has to do because something in their life, in their environment, in their home, something that happened to them in their past is not allowing them, right? It's not giving them the confidence to go out there and do so. So instead of doing prospecting trainings, I'm going to do belief trainings so that I could just speak belief into every single person in this call, because guys, there's nothing that I have that you guys don't have except belief. Right? Literally, I already believe that I'm a 7-figure earner, right? I'm putting myself around I'm submerging myself in the information, guys, because y'all don't understand that leaders, right? Leaders have just the same amount of problems, if not more than you guys. Guys, I get called with problems all day, right? And I have my own problems. I'm dealing with my own mental paradigms that I got to break, right? Yeah. Am I in a better place mentally? Yeah, but not really, because I have to work on myself extra hard because I have people that are depending on me. So imagine that kind of pressure, where if I have a bad day, if I wake up negative, I don't have a choice but to figure it out. because I have people that I told that I was going to put in a position to win. So if you told somebody that you're going to put them in a position to win, right? You have no choice but to figure out how you're going to get them to the next level. And it starts with you, because if you guys cannot lead yourself, you guys cannot lead an organization, right? So super, super important, guys. Our subconscious mind, guys, controls 97% of what we do on the daily. Family, you guys wake up on the same side of the bed, right? Y'all brush your teeth with the same hand, right? Y'all do the same routine every single day. And you guys are expecting to go out there and experience different results. You guys drive the same route on the way to work, go to the same grocery store, see the same people, and are expecting to have a different reality, right? Guys, your conscious mind only controls 3% of what you do on a daily. Guys, 97% of what we do is subconsciously. That is extremely powerful. 97% of what we do on the daily is autopilot. Does that not scare you guys? That 97% of what you do is not consciously. That is exactly why we're not advancing. That is exactly why I don't have 7 figures in the bank yet. That is exactly why I'm not in the home that I desire yet. And that is exactly why I have to do everything else first so that the money can catch up to me. 97%, guys, that is why we're not advancing. We're literally doing things like on autopilot. So I am going to tell you guys, I'm going to show you guys what you guys need to do to break from that autopilot. To not be doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over again and expecting to get a different result, right? Guys, your habits and beliefs, right, fall underneath that 97% controls your breathing, that you don't even pay attention, right? Guys, our body is doing all kinds of crazy stuff inside without, it's working, it's circulating blood, it is digesting food, right? That's what that 97% is doing. And that's where your habits and your belief, guys, your habits and your beliefs don't lie in that 3%. They lie in the 97%. That is scary, right? That is super scary. So first thing that you guys have to do is understand that your subconscious mind, guys, is the gatekeeper to your comfort zone, right? And your comfort zone, guys, we all know is your broke zone, right? Your comfort zone, guys, that is the problem. Right? Your brain, we've been programmed, guys, and conditioned, right, to be scared of failing, right? We went to school, right? If we got bad grades, right, they gave us an F on our report card, right? We had to go home and we were scared to tell our parents. Some of us would, burn the report card, right? We would forge the signature to not get in trouble, right? For years, if some of us were not, getting good grades in school because we thought that, a letter grade was going to determine our intelligence, right? They gave us a big fat F, right? F for fabulous. But literally, guys, they gave us a letter grade and we had to take it home to mom, and we were scared to tell our parents about this, grade that we got because we were going to get grounded. They were going to take away our phone. They did that for 12 years, right? 12 years of having to tell people, our grade, hide our grades from our parents. What happens when we get out of school? We're scared to do new things because we're scared of failing, because we've been programmed, right? We've been programmed, just like we've been programmed, right? Think about this, guys, how messed up the system is, right? We've been they programmed us to go to school from 8 to 3 p.m. or 4 p.m., right? Almost 8 or 9 hours, just as much time as working a 9 to 5. So imagine, right? Because imagine if we just went to school for 4 hours. And then they try to tell us that a 9 to 5 was normal, sitting in the same place, in the same cubicle, right, in the same square, working out of a laptop for 9 hours. No, we've been programmed, right, to sit in school doing one thing, right, for a long period of time, so that when we went to the 9 to 5, it was normal. If we didn't work a 9 to 5, it isn't normal, right? So guys, you see, literally your brain is looking for comfort. Right? And in order for us to change, we must first change our paradigms, right? Guys, you have to look at reprogramming your mind. Guys, we have to unlearn to relearn. Guys, why we are not advancing, it is because of the mental blocks, the limiting beliefs, something dramatic, traumatic in your life that has happened to you that has created, right? Like neural, like literally, if you have ever gone through something emotionally impactful, drop a 1 in the chat. If someone has ever broke your heart, if your dad has ever left you, right? If you've gone through something that you thought your life was going to end and that this was going to be you're like, man, I don't know how I'm going to get myself out of this, that you literally were crying until you couldn't cry no more, or you were broke until you literally your last dollar or negative, right? Guys, those kind of things, right? Anything that's emotionally impactful, right? It's like your brain, it takes like an imprint and it creates what's called a memory, right? A memory, and your memories, right, are what's creating this lens, and now you're judging your future, right, based off past experiences, right? Someone broke your heart, now you're scared to date, right? You were broke, now you're always looking at the price tag, right? Your past experiences are creating your future because you don't know how to break those limiting beliefs. Right? You don't know how to break those, reprogram your mind. And that's why I'm going to teach you guys that, right? You guys have to treat, this reprogramming that I'm going to go over with you guys, like going to the gym, right? You guys want to know why, people are not grateful? People are not grateful. People don't express gratitude. They don't express gratitude because they don't practice it, right? People are not conscious because they don't practice being aware. Right? People want to live a life of abundance, but are creating from a place of lack, right? People want to be loved, but are filled with so much hate. So you guys have to understand and first become aware, right? That guys, this is like going to the gym. This is like growing your trading account. It takes time. It takes practice. It takes repetition and consistency. Right? Like anything else in life, guys, these things that I've had to do, you guys call me crazy, right? You walk into my home and you think that there's the people that get inspired, right? And there's the people that don't understand what I'm doing, right? But literally their bank accounts look like gas prices, right? Like they don't understand why I'm writing my goals down 100 million times a day, right? They'll write a text 100 million times a day to the wrong person that ain't gonna reply, but they won't write their goals 100,000 times a day, right? They will write a paragraph this big, right? To literally somebody that is not gonna reply, but they won't write a letter this big to a family member expressing how grateful they are for them, right? So guys, you have to understand that this takes time. It takes a desire, right? Why I'm going over this, guys, is that I hope that even if I'm just able to touch one person on this call, to not have to go through what I went through, right? To not have to hit those low, nasty, dark days, right? That I had to go through because they suck, right? So guys, you have to strengthen just like you go to the gym to strengthen your muscles, you got to strengthen your awareness. It's all about becoming aware, right? Literally, it takes time. So guys, we already understand that thoughts create feelings, and your feelings, right, with those thoughts, right, are coming from past experiences, right? And like I said, your brain is a reflection of things that have happened to you in the past, right? So it is important, guys, that you understand, right? Just like 9/11. When you guys think of 9/11, you guys know exactly where you were at, what you were doing, right? Why? Because it created an emotional imprint in your mind, right? Because you saw it, you heard it, you felt it, you saw the pain, right? So imagine this is like you guys remember that emotionally impactful memory. We need to do the same thing about your goals. Right? It needs to be the same kind of not terrible feeling, but good. Like you need to look at it like that. You cannot have past experiences judge your future, right? Guys, for a second, I thought, man, I was never gonna find the man of my dreams. Guys, the man of my dreams is out there. He's just waiting for me to become the woman that I need to become in order to attract him. Right? Guys, you have to become what you want to attract. right? So you see, a lot of us are waking up on autopilot, right? Guys, we do the same thing. We open up our phones, right? How many of you that were on this call, last Monday went through your social media and deleted and muted everyone like I told you guys to do so, right? I saw a lot of you guys in the chat go and put up your signs at home, right? I saw a lot of you guys in the chat go and print your trading plan. But how many of you guys didn't? Guys, y'all think that this writing of the walls, guys, the word says it, guys, write the vision, make it plain so those who see it will run. Write the vision. That's why I write everything. Guys, if it gets written, it gets done. Some of you guys, if I told you guys to tell me right now what is something that you strongly desire, y'all don't even know what to tell me. Y'all don't really even know what the end goal is, what you really want out of life. Right? Y'all wake up and y'all check your phones, and what happens is that you guys are looking at people from your past. When you open up your phone and your sensory information, what you're looking at, what you're listening to, right? It triggers all these neurotransmitters in your brain, and like a computer, right? Your brain starts looking for information that is attached to what you're listening to and what you're watching. Right? That's why, you see a meme and it reminds you of something that you're currently going through, and you felt that, right? You hear a song that it's going, it has something to do with what you're currently going through, and you felt that, right? So that is exactly why if you look back, you go back, right? Subconsciously. That's why I muted, guys. I muted every single person on my IG. I cannot afford to see anything that is not my goals, anything that is not David and Monetier, anything that isn't Alex Morton, anything that isn't Bob Proctor. I cannot afford it. I cannot afford to listen to music because my mom is still not retired. Someone is still telling my mom when she can't and cannot have lunch. So until she is not retired, we substituted the Chris Brown for Les Brown, right? So guys, we really need to become aware of what it is that we desire and what we need to start doing in order to start moving and advancing, moving forward. Guys, if you look back, you go back. And that includes what you're watching on your IG, right? What you're watching on the TV, right? And guys, so important what you're watching, what you're listening to. Guys, it all creates a belief system. Oh, this is acceptable. This is not acceptable. Right? Guys, I open up my social media and the only thing that it tells me is that I got to get back to work. I'm like, oh, got to keep working. Oh, I can't even afford to lay in bed an extra minute. Like, I got to keep, like, everything that you consume needs to be reminding you of your future. Guys, because what you guys are distracted. Guys, the system has got you distracted. And that is why the average individual only reaches up to 10% of their potential. Guys, 10%. Do you guys like, drop a 1 in the chat if I can be real on this call, guys. Drop a 1 in the chat if you guys want me to be real on this call. The last thing that you guys want to do is be on your last day and only have accomplished 10% of your potential. Looking at your family, not being able to leave anything behind, guys. Because my sister and I made the decision to get started, in this academy family. Guys, we're going to be able to retire our family this year. You guys understand that? Literally, what this company has done is enlarged my vision and shown me how I've just been listening and consuming the wrong information. Guys, when you go and sit in a table with Jason and Matt and Alex and David, and the bill is 30 grand, but they're able to tip 20 grand to help the waitress because she gave an incredible service, that changes your belief system. And that's why life experiences are so important. Who you surround yourself with. Guys, I started surrounding myself with people that made it, like, I got disgusted with my results. I put myself in a situation where I look around and I am disgusted with my results. I'm like, man, I got to work super hard. I got to go extra hard because this is what's possible, right? So guys, it's super important, right? How can you create a reality in a state of fear, right? Some of you guys wake up and all you guys think about are all your problems. Right? You wake up and you're like, man, I got to pay the rent. I got to do this. I got to do that. My ex cheated on me. I got to go on Instagram, like all this stuff, right? Guys, you expect to live a life of happiness, a life of abundance, but some of you guys, right, care more about your problems, right, than you care about, retiring your family. Some of you guys care more literally about what somebody else has to say about you for going on your IG and speaking in camera. Some of you guys have recorded yourself, filming a dope ass video that you guys thought was dope, but you guys didn't post it because you were scared of what someone was going to say about you. And that video could have been the video that got a future chairman to join your business. But your limiting beliefs, what someone has told you, right? You start to think, right? And I'm going to give you guys an example, right? My dad left me right when I was 9 years old, right? That was the worst time. That's really the most important man in my life left me. 9 years old, left me. My life completely transformed. It completely changed, right? And literally 4 years, I struggled like you can't imagine emotionally. How can the man of my life leave me? And guys, because I didn't understand the power of forgiveness, right? Because I didn't understand, belief and limiting beliefs. Imagine that belief system that was instilled in me, that someone that I love so much can just get up and bounce, right? Someone that I love so much can just get up and bounce. And then what happened? I got into another relationship. Right? I started to look for my dad in every relationship that I was in. I was in 2 long relationships. And I started to look for my dad, with those characteristics of my dad in the man that I was dating. If you guys don't take care of past experiences, they're gonna haunt you forever. And that is why you guys need to become aware, right? Because if you don't become aware, you will not advance forward, right? I needed to stop looking for my dad in the people that I was dating. Now the guy that I was dating, right, after years, leaves me. Now, 2 men that I loved and cared about dearly left me. You know what I'm seeing here, right? You know what I'm seeing here, guys? Patterns. And if you guys are seeing patterns repeated in your life, you guys need to become aware of them and figure out how to break them. After that person, that second man of my life left me, that's when I hit the lowest point in my life. I'm talking drinking, drugs, broke, like everything. That was like, man, again? How many guys, the universe is going to give you the same exact situation over and over again until you learn your lesson. You cannot play the universe, the laws of the universe. You cannot play them. You will get put in the same situation until you become aware of it and figure out what not to do and what you need to start doing differently in order to start experiencing different results. So when my second person left me, I hit such a low point. Literally, it was change or die. I had no other option. But because of those experiences, which I'm so grateful for, right? I was able to learn a lot about myself, right? I learned about forgiveness. I learned about dealing with my childhood problems so that it wouldn't continue to repeat. I was like, no more. This cannot happen to me anymore. The next person, right? And that's why becoming aware and writing a list of exactly what it is that you desire is so important. Guys, I have an exact list of the person that I'm looking for. Until I do not find him, I am going to continue to work. I'm going to continue to work on myself, on my dreams, on my team, right? Literally. And that's the thing. You guys need to know what it is that you want first, right? You guys need to know what it is that you desire, right? A lot of you guys, you guys don't understand that you need to, there's somebody that told you that you're not a good speaker. And that's why you guys don't want to present and show the plan, right? When you were young, someone laughed at you, when you went up to speak, and now you're scared of speaking in public, right? Someone told you you couldn't do something. Someone broke your heart, and now you think that all guys are garbage. All these are beliefs, and you're basing your future based off past experiences. You got to change the lens, right? So how do you do that? Guys, number 1, you become conscious and you become aware of thoughts that you have turned permanent, right? Number 1, you become conscious and you become aware of thoughts that you've told yourself over and over again in your head that have now become permanent. Oh, I can't do that. I'm not good enough. right? Like, you guys have to be careful because words create, right? Words create your reality, right? That is why, you know, you need to write your affirmations. And I'm going to go over why affirmations work, right? Guys, you need to become conscious of what's going on, because guys, you're running on autopilot. For example, guys, before I wasn't the person that I am today, I used to curse like there was, I remember I did my first call, right, when I was in Monet, and I literally did my first call, guys, and I was cursing up a storm. Everybody was loving it because I was in my feelings, right, and I was passionate and people were feeling it. But guys, when I saw the recording, I was like, yo, I need to change, right? But the thing is, I used to curse so much that it became normal. Like that, like literally, it was like I didn't even think of it. It was just not. I was speaking, and I'm passionate, as you guys. Imagine me like this, but just straight up cursing at you. Like, so you got to understand that when you're building a global organization like what we're doing here, you can't be on calls like this cursing, right? And, you know, you got to be aware. You have to become aware. And I'm like, man, how do I become aware? I'm literally doing this naturally. It's like it's not like I don't even want to. Right? It's not like I'm like, so what happened? Somebody made me aware. Guys, I got a rubber band and I put it on my arm, and every single time that I would curse, I would literally go like this so that it could hurt me and inflict pain so that I could become aware. I had the people that I was around make me aware of every single time that I was cursing. Just like now, I make my mom aware and my aunt aware and my sister aware and my best friend Evelyn aware of every single time they're speaking negativity, right? And because of me making them aware, now they stop to do it. Now every single time that they go to speak something negative, they're like, no, not today, right? And this all, if you do it over, like if someone makes you aware over and over and over again, that is what's going to create change, right? You know, literally, I went from cursing the whole call to literally, you know, maybe cursing, you know, once or twice to not cursing at all. You know, every once in a while I might throw a little, you know, whatever, but literally not anymore compared to what it used to be. Right? So you got to become conscious and aware of the thoughts that you have been thinking about that have become permanent, right? You got to look at number 2, patterns of behavior. What, guys, like the market, right? Like we can, you know, like the history leaves clues, right? Literally, when my man left me, I was like, you know what this reminded me of? Have you guys ever, you know, been fighting? Like this has happened when you literally think that you're right, but everybody is saying that you're wrong. Like, so guys, for all my ladies on this call, you've had, you know, maybe 2 or 3 boyfriends call you crazy and leave you. Maybe you are crazy and you need to figure out why multiple people are telling you the same thing. Sometimes I've been arguing, sometimes with even at the beginning when I first started, guys, leadership is going to teach you leadership is something different, right? When you're working with people from all different ages, from all different cultures, with all different beliefs. When I started this business, guys, I was used to having employees. I was used to telling people what to do and cutting them a check. Here, leadership is completely different. I had to, you know, become compassionate. I had to become forgiving. I had to learn how to forgive. That was not me. But I understood that I had to become aware of, yo, I made a mistake. Yo, I did something wrong, right? You know, I got to become aware. And so it's important that if you're fighting with your whole entire organization, you're the problem. Right? If a lot of people are telling you, you know, growing up, my mom always told me, like, everybody looked at me like I was the devil child, and and because I was going through emotionally things, and I thought the problem was them, not me. So you need to become aware of what's happening to you over different seasons of your life that you need to change, right? I realized that, yo, why are the most important men in my life leaving me? And I had to make some changes, because if not, it was going to continue to happen. Guys, because your mind is going back to what your comfort zone is, right? What you're used to. Guys, you know, I was in a toxic relationship. And what happens is that if you are in a toxic relationship for a long time, that becomes the normal. That becomes the normal, so normal that when you leave a toxic relationship, you can't be in a regular relationship because you're used to getting treated bad. And this is what happened to me. I was in a toxic relationship, and what happened was when we split up, I was like a drug. I was like a fiend, like fiending for a drug, trying to go back to my toxic ex because my brain, my natural state was used to being in a home yelling, was used to being in a home, in an unhealthy habitat, right? So what happens is that I had to literally, like, I moved an hour away so that I literally would not even run. So if I sat an hour driving to my ex's house, it would give me an hour to think about the decision I was about to make, right? I put myself in a different environment, right? You got to do things like you got to get out of your comfort zone. Because if not, you're going to continue to go back. It's like a drug. You can't, this is not like, I'm not telling you guys this is facts. Your brain, it starts to create these neural, like, I don't know the exact word, but it literally starts to program your mind that this is normal, that this is okay. So what happens is when you're not in that state, when you're not in an environment, you date a regular person and you're like, no, dude, where's my toxic relationship at? That's just the way that it is until you put yourself in you break the pattern and you do things differently, right? Next, number 3, guys, you guys have to write down those patterns and beliefs that are not allowing you to go to the next level. Because guys, if you do not write it down, you'll literally go back to your autopilot. Literally, I started writing things down like, goals or distractions everywhere in my house. I have alarms every 2 hours, right? I had to, every single where, guys, that I look in my home reminds me that I got to get back to work, right? Reminds me that my mom is not retired yet. Reminds me that I got a whole entire organization depending on me to become successful, to break those doors, to let them, so that they can start believing that they could do it as well. Right? Because guys, in a world that's filled with, that's hopeless, we serve as hope dealers, right? So guys, you have to write down what beliefs, what thoughts you've been thinking about that are no longer serving you, right? And then you got to use number 4, auto-suggestion, right? Guys, this isn't like, like this is legit. You have to speak it, right? Over and over and over and over again, because you have to trick your mind into believing that it is true, because your mind doesn't believe that you can get there, right? Your mind doesn't believe that you can make 6 figures, especially with your daily method of operation. So you need to write it down, literally write it down, speak it. Guys, I kid you not. You have to speak your goals, right, out. Speak them so that you can listen to them, because what you're listening to is what creates your reality. So if I'm listening to me speaking my goals, what do you think is going to happen? Guys, I kid you not. I made my own mixtape. Y'all think I'm playing? Y'all really think I'm playing?
I am so happy and grateful now that I'm aware of the universal laws working through and around me to turn my desires into reality. I'm so happy and grateful now that I choose to learn, unlearn, and relearn to continue to create the life that I desire. I'm so happy and grateful now that I make a habit of expanding my mind to do new things and take my life to new heights. I'm so happy and grateful now that I always stretch myself to reach what I really want rather than what I think I can get. I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm...
Y'all get it. You guys have to write your goals. You guys have to speak your goals, because you don't believe that you can be a 7-figure earner. Y'all don't truly believe that you can be a 6 and 7-figure earner. So you got to do this repetitively over and over, write it down over and over to the point where you trick your mind into believing that you could do it. Guys, when I hit the lowest point in my life, right? Bob Proctor talks about this all the time, right? And I have just a few more minutes because I don't want to go too long. But guys, Bob Proctor, right? When I hit the lowest point in my life, right? I'm like, man, I got to change, right? What can I do now that the people that I desire to be like are doing for free because I was broke, right? I was broke and I was broken, right? I went from broken to blessed because of this information, right? Guys, so Bob Proctor talks about frequencies. Guys, we all work on frequencies, right? Like the life that you desire, right? That 8-figure earner is on a frequency up here and you are down here. So what can you do now on the daily, right, to start raising your frequency to match that of the frequency that you desire, right? Well, let's look. If I want to be, right, like Warren Buffett, like David and Monetier, like Alex Morton, what can I do now, broken and destroyed, that will start raising my frequency? Well, they read. I could do that, right? They write their goals down. I could do that. You look at David and Monetier's house. His house looks just like mine, except it's worth a whole lot more, right? You know, they told me that the wealthiest people in the world meditated. I had never meditated in my life. I sat there in tears with my eyes closed, right? Didn't meditate the first time or the second time, literally just sat there with my eyes closed, dripping in tears, because one of the audios that literally said, if you cannot sit your behind down for 30 minutes with no phone, no food, and just literally sit in your thoughts, then you are not in control. Your body's in control, not your mind. Some of you guys can't just sit in silence with your eyes closed without doing absolutely nothing for 30 minutes. That is crazy. And then you guys wonder why you guys cannot create a new reality. You guys cannot create a new reality because your mind is filled with all the nonsense, all the distractions that you have going on in life, your phone, the problems, right? You guys have to become aware, and you need to clear your mind so that you can create new things. So how do you clear your mind? You write what your thoughts are so you can make room for new thoughts. You write the negative beliefs so that you can make room for new beliefs, right? You write affirmations. They told me affirmations work. I literally wrote, I am happy, in tears. Do you guys think that I believed it at the very beginning? Absolutely not. But the person that told me that these things worked had the results that I desired. And if I do what my mentor does, I will have what my mentor has. Do you guys understand that? Someone almost making $2 million a month told me that writing my goals on the walls with markers over and over and over again, speaking my goals like a crazy person, works. If he told me that worked for him, to get to 10,000, to get to 100,000, to get to 1 million, I'm gonna do whatever I need to do. Not for me, but for my family. Because this goes way beyond just you. Because I leveled up, my family had no choice but to level up with me. But you have to do it first. And it takes a whole lot of unlearning and a whole lot of relearning, right? Stop listening to music. If you're not making $100,000 a month, don't listen. You can't listen to music. You guys are listening to this garbage. You guys are consuming garbage food, and you guys are wondering why you're not successful, why you wake up tired, why you're not where you want to be in life. Right? So you got to trick your mind into doing the things, right, that is aligned with that you desire. If you want to make 8 figures, look at what you're doing on the day. I have pictures of my mentors on my window and a big sign that said, what will my mentors do? So when I open my eyes, I got to get out of work. I got to get out of bed. Because I'm like, David would not do this. Jay would not do this. Like Bob Proctor wouldn't do this. Bob Proctor's like 80 years old and he's still working. Right? So guys, your mind doesn't know what's real from what's fake. You don't want to know what separates us from animals, right? Our higher faculties like imagination, like, right, visualization, right? Like our senses. Guys, success is spiritual. And you guys need to understand that you need to create it in your mind first. This apartment, right? The life that I'm currently living is a life that I created in my mind first. I created it in my mind first, and then I got it in the physical. You have to create the life that you desire. And how do you create that life? By putting yourself in rooms with people that have the information that you want, the life that you desire, right? Consuming the right information, going out there and sitting in the Ferrari. Some of you guys don't even have a dream car because you've never gone out there and sat in one, right? Some of you guys don't even know, right? What, and there's no, like, some of you guys say, I don't need to fly first class. Yeah, because you haven't flown first class. Because when you fly first class and you experience first class, you're never going to sit in economy again. So it's all about creating, every new experience is going to create a new belief system. Right? I used to believe that making $30,000 a year was normal until I met somebody making $30,000 a day. It will change your belief system, but you need to put yourself in an environment of what you desire, because if not, you're going to stay where you are. Right? So what did I do this week? And I encourage all of the new people on this call to go out there and go do something that you cannot afford. Go out there and go drink a glass of water with lemon in a 5-star hotel, in a 5-star restaurant. Go sit in the Ferrari that you think that you can never have. Go put yourself in an environment, right, with people that have the results that you desire, right? Because guys, when I sit in a dinner table with chairman 750s, chairman elites, trust me, that it's a different kind of experience, and it will change your whole entire belief level of what's possible, right? So guys, you need to speak what you want into existence, and you need to repeat it consistently, right? Guys, what you do, right, over and over and over again becomes a habit. So if I literally speak what I want, if I know that words create, and I know that the life that I'm living is based off things, I understand why. Literally, I used to be that girl at the club singing, you know, Yo Perreo Sola. Literally, I used to be the ones with just for the top of my lungs, literally feeling an emotion, right? I have to start speaking different, right? Looking at things differently, surrounding myself around different people, right? And the last thing, guys, set alarms, right? Guys, you have to become conscious, and consciousness is something that you guys need to practice. Right? You guys are not conscious. Y'all do things and y'all don't understand why you're doing them. It's because it's natural, right? Y'all brush your teeth. Y'all don't even think about it. Y'all wash your hair. Y'all sleep on the same side of the bed, right? You literally, I take different routes because what if I find, I go to different grocery stores, because what if I find the lover of my life, right, in another grocery store? What if I find my next chairman in another grocery store? When I feel like I'm doing the same thing over and over and over again, I shift. I do different things. Because guys, on the other side of your comfort zone, right, is the life that you want. On the other side of all of the things that you don't want to do is the life that you desire. But first you have to have a clear and concise description of what it is that you want. Right? You guys need to know what it is that you desire. If not, you're not going to go nowhere. Right? Guys, super important. Set alarms to remind you, to make you aware. Yo, are you working on your dreams or are you distracted? Right? Are you working on your dreams or are you distracted? Right, guys? I have literally alarms to remind me. Right? I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm making this amount of money monthly, residually, passively. I'm so happy and grateful now that I am attracting world-class leaders inside of my organization, right? I'm so happy and grateful now that my mom and dad are retired December 31st, 2021. Are you working? Are you eating shit? What are you doing? Alarms, so that you can become aware. Because the problem is, guys, is that nobody's going to come and remind you guys about this information, right? I had to fight these battles alone. I'm still fighting these battles. That's why I'm consuming, right, the correct information. Right? That's why you open up my YouTube and literally you'll be like, man, this girl's psychotic. This girl's psychotic. You open up my YouTube and you'd be like, yo, what's up with this girl? Some of you guys, if I sent you guys some of the things that I used to reprogram my mind, y'all would think that I'm crazy, because you guys are not ready to receive that. So you guys need to do little things. You know what happens is that we make the decision to go. We made the decision. We're sick and tired. We're going to go all in. We're finally going to go. And what happens is we make this huge to-do list of all the things we're going to change. We're like, I'm done with this. I'm done with that. It's a huge list. And what happens is that it overwhelms you. And that's why you need to do one thing, right? What is one thing that you can change, right? That is you could do. So I made a list. I actually made a list for you guys, right, of things. And I have some videos, right, that when I started to look for answers to reprogram my mind, guys, for 90 days straight, I fell asleep listening to the same Bob Proctor audio over and over and over and over again, until Bobby P literally just like all the things he was saying were just manifesting in my life. These things work, right? They work. If they work for Chairman Elites, they will work for me, because if God had grace over him, God will have grace over me, right? But I got to do what they say so that I can get what they have, right? So guys, YouTubes that you guys need to follow, I'm going to drop them in the chat. Y'all need to unsubscribe from everything on YouTube and just literally listen, like go find out what it is that you desire and go see who is doing it the best, right? Right? Figure out what it is. Some of you guys on this call don't even know what you want out of life. Figure out what it is that you want. Go out there and see who is doing it the best. Guys, I wanted to be a 7-figure trader, and I put myself in a room, and not only myself, but my team in a room, in a dinner table with Maddie Pips. I said, I'm going to be a 7-figure trader. And I put myself in rooms. I put Brian in a room. I put my whole entire team in a room with Leo, with HFX founder, with Millie Mills. I put my whole entire team in a position to win with 7-figure traders. So now not only am I going to make 7 figures, but my whole entire team going to make 7 figures. They might not believe that right now, but if they continue to come to the events and sit in front of Leo, who all he does is show profits, they're going to get there. So you guys really need to understand that this stuff works. You just got to go see who's doing it the best, right? This is for the people that want to reprogram their mind, right? And be leaders, right? If you have an organization, guys, go submerge yourself with the leaders that have the qualities that you're looking for. I have a YouTube channel where I drop all my trainings, right? Where if you're in I Am Academy, guys, I drop trainings on Forex as well. But mainly my main focus moving forward is belief, right? Guys, I promise you, like, if you guys, had the slightest doubt of belief in yourself, I'm going to make sure that I bring that back, right? Because literally, you can't prospect if you don't believe in yourself. You can't run the play. Some of you can't run the play because the play is running you. So you guys really need to understand, become aware. Guys, why am I not moving forward? What is wrong? And it's all in your mind. It's all in your mind, family. 97% of what is going on in your life is because of the information, the environment, the people, the words, the images that you've been consuming for the last whatever many years. You are old. Like, how old are you? So you guys have to understand how to unprogram to reprogram. And that comes with repetition. Listening to the same audio. I don't listen to 500 million videos. I look at the same training until I'm able to teach it. Because if you're not able to teach it, you haven't really understood the information. That's why you guys need to stop reading the books. That's why you guys need to stop watching all the motivational videos. No, just listen to one and understand what they're teaching, because clearly knowledge isn't power, family. Applied knowledge is power. So I hope you guys got some value. I hope that you guys really go out there and start submerging yourself with the correct information. Guys, whatever it is that you desire, go out there, find out who's doing the best, and just listen to their information. Right? Literally go out there. If you want to make 8 figures, go listen to the people that are making 8 figures. If you want to go out there and be a world-class renowned keynote speaker, go out there and consume Tony Robbins. Go out there and consume the people that have what you desire. Some of you are out here and don't even get out of your mom's house and are expecting to grow, are expecting to break those limiting beliefs. Guys, get uncomfortable, because on the other side, right, of all the things you don't want to do, is an extraordinary life, family. I love y'all. I'll see y'all at the top, because the bottom is way too crowded, family. Peace out.